What's up, everybody?
What's going on, peoples?
So we are coming to you live from Casa de Settlemire
On the red planet with the big guy.
for Mr. Settlemire's birthday. Yay!
Happy birthday, Scott.
Which he said he gave up for Lent like a couple of decades ago. So I don't
30
know.
years ago, so I'm only 40.
So I don't know what that's all about, but here we are.
We'll take it.
We're going with it.
So anyway, we're going to give some stuff away. So let me show you what we're going to give away. And we'll just, it's to members only. And we have one of these, all 5 generations of Camaro.
5 generations of Camaro. Signed
We
by
have
Settlemire.
One of these, which is the 30th anniversary cars.
40th.
We have one of these. It's a chrome 5th gen car.
That I may steal that, guys. Sorry.
We have 2 of these Indiana plates. They're official pace car plates from the 1996 Brickyard 400. Now show
Real
us,
plates.
if you will, show us the first of the 3 posters.
This one's pretty special, guys.
Guys, these are
Okay.
vinyl.
These 3 pictures were from the 1967 Detroit show when we pioneered the Camaro. And then these are the 3 Camaros. This is 2 of my product specialists and me standing behind a 5th gen in the desert. There's 2 of these. Galen Rice made them for me. We have a numbered Consider It's gene pool that shows the concept cars. And then this is a very special Chevrolet had an oil painting done of the pace car at the Indianapolis 500 in 1967, featuring the Camaro pace car. They made one for every dealer, plus the top executives at GM. Now, my father had a dealership and my uncle had a dealership. I don't know what they did with them, but when I was on the Camaro team, there was one of these hanging in an executive's office. So I made 40 of these. They're on vinyl. And there's one of those. So those are what we're going to be giving away. As we call your name, as we're going through this, we'll call a name and then you can pick whatever you want. So let's go ahead and pick the first name.
Are you going to just jump right into this?
I'm just jumping right in.
Okay, well, let's let people like start giving
Okay.
some, because we don't have anybody talking yet.
All right, guys. So, as you know, we're
Pick me,
here
pick me.
with the Fbod Father himself, and we're talking shop, we're talking Camaro, we're answering your questions, doing some giveaways. So, if you guys are here, say hello. Wish Scott a happy birthday, of course. We really appreciate him jumping on with us and bringing you guys this content. Of course, he's a great friend of ours, and we really appreciate being in his presence. The legend, guys, the legend.
Okay, who is 67 or
Jeez.
G7 CLT1? You're our first winner, so tell me what you want.
Woo woo. Tracy Frank says hello, gang. What's up, Tracy? How you doing? 915 Camaro 1LE. Good evening. How you doing? Linda, how you doing? Happy birthday, Scott.
Thank you, Linda.
We also got Jackie saying happy birthday, Scott. David, been driving.
The post of the 67 2010. Okay, so that's our first one.
Which one?
So what's your just
This one?
do you have her name and address? If she's a member?
That's where we're gonna get it.
Oh, okay.
This one, right? Let's make sure this one is the right one.
Yeah, that
This
one.
the right one?
This one?
We're doing a bunch of giveaways for people that are just joining, by the way. This is the one, right? G7.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, G7, I need your first name.
Yeah, Scott's gonna sign it right now for you. So just put your first name in there in the comments.
It takes a second. Neil.
Neil. Okay.
There you go, sir.
And then Neil, make sure you send me an email tonight, sir. Let's see.
David just gifted away 5 free memberships. That means whoever's watching, you're getting a membership, and now you can win some of this stuff that Scott's signing. So if you do want any of this stuff, you do got to be a member of the channel, and then you can get some free stuff. Camaro merch, guys. Camaro merch. Also, did you see this?
Okay, can you be quiet for a minute?
I'm just saying.
Just a hot second.
There's a lot going on.
Hot second. Who? Just duct tape it for a second.
David with the 5 members.
Hot second, bro. Neil and anybody else who wins anything tonight, I need an email tonight to the Camaro Cave at gmail.com.
The Camaro Cave.
The Camaro Cave at gmail. What about that duct tape? Tonight before midnight with your mailing address so that these things can get mailed to you, because they are getting mailed by Mr. Settlemire from Mars, PA. So if you do not get that information to Mr. Settlemire tonight, this will not mail out to you.
She said it. Now I can talk, apparently. But
okay, the duct tape's removed. You can go.
We're good to go. All right. So we got people that are gifted memberships. Welcome to the cave dwellers here. We got G7s. That's cool. So cool. Thanks, Scott. In honor of Scott. Hello, guys. Gypsy says, hello, guys. Happy birthday, Scott. Hello, cave dwellers. Jan, what's up, Jan? How you doing? She says, hi, Scott.
Talon got a membership.
Yep, Talon got a membership.
Our little brother.
Woo, woo. Oh, Tom got a membership. Woo. Appreciate it, Tom. Thanks for joining the cave dwellers. Welcome to the club. Oh, yeah. Oh, I can't do it. Let's see if you just make a heart with your hands, and it should do it. All your fingers have to be together, though.
Yeah, we can't have any flyaways. I'll tell you.
He's doing. I don't know what that is.
Okay.
But
There we go. Never mind.
It's temperamental.
Good thing he's working on Camaro, guys.
Jan says,
Happy birthday to Jan on April 19th.
there we go. I guess he can read that. I can't.
What's up, Mark? Mark from what do you call it? Canada.
CCFBG.
Yeah.
Mhm. Hi, Mark. Mark Foster.
Yeah. What's up, Keith? How you doing?
Okay.
Woo, woo.
Thanks for it.
We got a lot going on tonight, guys.
It looked like a bat.
He did look like a bat. The one you made look like a bat. All right, Linda says, love you, Scott. That was great.
Yeah, he said, hey, young man. There
Nobody's
you
called me
go.
that for ages.
There we go. Hey, Andy, Antonia, I got a room for Camaro Fest. Perfect, Jan. We can't wait to see you there. And
All right.
you're going to be spending a lot of time with us.
Onyx will taxi you around.
Or one of the cars. I don't think Onyx is going.
Oh, wait, no, that's going to be Tribute.
Yeah.
Tribute will taxi you around. Ooh, the Tribute car.
Just a quick stop in to say hi, hello, and happy birthday. So Dave that just said that. He's
Dave,
the guy. He's
happy
the guy
birthday.
that you
Thanks.
signed all the books on. And,
Oh, okay.
and we watched the video. We
I
actually
signed your
watched the
books
video.
today.
Yeah, and we watched the video
And we watched the video
on that TV.
on the monster old TV.
Guys, we played a VHS today.
We did.
That's how old we went back.
We did. We went old school today. He's the one who gave you the banner.
Okay.
Yeah.
David Villano, pick whatever you want. You're our next winner.
Vianu, David Vianu.
Thank you, Charles. I appreciate it.
What's up, Charles? How you doing? What I miss about an address?
You just have to send Tanya your address by way of email.
If you're picked. Let's see.
We probably should show things again because we got a lot of new people.
Yeah.
We got a lot of new people here. We got almost 40 people watching right now. So,
Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? Before you guys start giving away a whole bunch of stuff, I'm gonna go get sticky notes.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna put sticky notes.
you know,
in.
that's probably a smart idea.
We've got
You guys ban white. I'll be right back.
30th anniversary cars. We have a Chrome 5th Gen car.
This is some good stuff. And Scott is signing everything for you guys. by
We
the way.
have all all 5 generations, the first 5 generations of Camaro in this. We have 2 of these Indianapolis plates from the 1996 Brickyard 400.
That's a real license plate, by the way.
Yeah.
That's not fake. That's not fake.
We have this piece of artwork. GM basically hired an artist to do an oil painting of the 67 Camaro pacing the Indianapolis 500. They made one for every dealer. I found one in Detroit and had 40 of them made, and it's on vinyl. We have this, considered gene pool. I put it together. They're numbered. Features the 2 concept cars and then various vehicles that they pulled the DNA from. And then this, there's one of these left. The top 3 pictures are the 67 auto show, and the bottom 3 pictures are the 2010 Camaros. So it's 1967 to 2010. Galen Rice made them up for me, and they're on vinyl. So David, which one do you want?
Which one do you want, David? Woo-woo. Got the nieces for the weekend. Happy birthday, Scott. Tim said happy birthday. We'll go with the 5 generation die.
Oh, okay.
Right there.
So this is David's, right?
This is it. This is
Gotcha.
yours, David. Scott's gonna sign it, and we'll
Yep.
get it sent your way.
Okay.
Just make sure you send us an email at thecamarocave@gmail.com with your address, of course. What? Nancy just
Holmes.
joined.
She just joined. Nancy, what do you want? You're our next winner. Nancy Holmes. Thank you, Sherry.
I like gene pools. That's so cool. Hey, Sherry, how you doing? Charles, happy it's a birthday to Mr. Red Planet, Charles says. Happy birthday, Scott. I love the 67 Camaro vinyl. Tom said.
Tom G. Henry.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, cousin Tom.
Well, welcome to the live.
Are you watching this?
I can't believe you left your phone ringer on.
Yeah, just in case my little weasel cousin called me. Okay.
You're next, Tom.
Chat later. Bye-bye.
Yeah. So that was Tom Henry.
That was Tom Henry, guys. He's next on the
So you want
on the
this
list.
car set, Nancy, right?
Oh, okay. We still going?
So this is Nancy Holmes.
All right, slow down, sir. Slow down.
All right.
All right,
So-
let's answer some questions.
Before we give everything away, a lot of people are joining, might not know who exactly this is. So he gets to introduce himself to you and the Camaro world once again.
Well, I was fortunate enough to grow up in a Chevrolet dealership. My Uncle Tom got his first Chevy dealership in February of 1958. And cousin Tom and I went to Northwood University and majored in, we got our BBA there. And Tom went back to run Uncle Tom's dealership, and I went to work for Devereaux Chevrolet, and then had the opportunity to go to work for GM. I remember the first Camaro I ever saw was in my grandparents' garage. It was September 10th of 1966, a Bolero red RS convertible, and I was in love from the car from that day on. My mother announced in the late winter of 66 that she, late 65, that she wanted a Mustang. And of course, this was at the dinner table. And my father threw his fork down and said, "Don't be ridiculous, Elaine. We sell Chevrolets, not Fords." So Mom Settlemire got her first Camaro on September 29th of 1966. It was a, now I can't, Emerald turquoise
Emerald
sport coupe, 327 power glide. And through most of her life, she drove Camaros other than when she had grandsons and had to drive a station wagon. And when she died, she was driving a 2010 Inferno Orange RS Camaro that she'd ordered herself. So I still own that car. So
Awesome.
anyway, I had the chance to go to work on the Camaro Corvette team and got to do everything I loved. So it's been a labor of love. So
He's being very modest today.
He's like that every day.
He is like that every day. Kevin says, "Happy birthday, Scott." Mark says, "I know there are some people who don't."
Nancy wants to know what my first car was.
Yes.
1969 was the year, and we had a friend, Benny Small, who had a 56 Pontiac Star Chief, and it was going to be junked, so I talked my father into getting it. We had a big yard with a woods behind it, and he said, "Go ahead and drive the car, just don't let me see it again." So I drove through the woods in it and ended up my father one night, of course, went out and got into it and managed to bury it to its axles right where you could see it from the family room sliding glass doors. So that was my first car.
Richard says, "Scott, happy birthday. Do you still have your Brickyard car?"
I do. The 2002 Z7D, yes.
That's awesome. Yeah, guys, feel free to ask questions because that's what Scott's here for. That's what we're here for. We're here to answer your questions. And
Okay, Jan Livingstone, what do you want?
the most humblest guy, David said.
Now, my first car was actually, I shared it with my sister. It was a 70 Malibu Fathom Blue vinyl top, black interior.
Yay, Mark.
Will I be at the Camaro Nationals this year? Yes, absolutely.
Jan, one thing.
She listed every single thing.
Everything. One thing, Jan, one. What? Oh,
Okay, Mark Foster, what do you want?
Jan, you better speak up, woman. Jan hasn't told us what she wants yet.
Hurry up, Mark, before Jan answers.
Oh, see, Jan, that's what you get for trying to be a comedian. Poster of car. That is not helpful.
Whoop, whoop. To help with gas money, guys. We appreciate that, Mark. It did take us 6 hours to get here. And 6 hours back tomorrow.
He slept in the back seat.
All right, we got new people in here. Hope to catch you all summer at one of the shows, maybe in Pittsburgh, Greg said.
Poster or car?
Oh, Sherry wants to know why I couldn't talk Marge and Floyd into something besides station wagons. Well, I
Jan?
offered them my Monte Carlo.
Jan, this?
Happy birthday, Scott. Happy to have seen you at Camaro Nationals and at the Camaro Homecoming.
Somebody asked if you were going to be at National.
Yes, Tanya. So this goes to Jan.
Okay.
So, Mark, what do you want? Mark Foster.
Also, I guess some of the people want to know if you're going to be attending any shows this year, Scott.
Okay, reaching.
The Camaro Homecoming was at the Oshawa plant in 2011.
Jackie wants to know if you ever get to Illinois.
I was just there because of a funeral.
Oh,
Mm.
oh,
Wasn't the most pleasant thing, and I didn't plan on going, but she died suddenly. So
Charles, we drove the Equinox. So he was in the back seat of the Equinox, all cushy.
ah,
Sometimes you need a chauffeur, you know.
Not sure.
Any diecast.
Okay, so
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
we got rid of all the die casts.
No cars.
So we have
License plates, posters. Jan beat you.
license plates,
Which is 131 and what's
Or 122.
license plates, the 67 pace car poster, this one, which is rare.
Vinyl, guys.
Yes, vinyl.
Very thick.
We have this, which Gail and Rice made me. These are the original auto show pictures from the 67 Camaro and then the 5th gen car. And then this, the DNA poster featuring the concept cars and then some of the performance cars throughout the years. 69 pace car, 57 Bel Air convertible, 93 pace car, 67 pace car, 82 pace car, 72 RS, 35th anniversary car, the 63 Corvette, the 65 Impala SS, and the 69 Chevelle SS, Malibu SS.
Guys, these are actual plates.
Okay,
of
which
the pace
poster?
cars.
Those plates are nice, Linda said. He said, okay, poster.
Yeah, well, but which poster? Oh, the last one.
The last one.
Okay,
The gene-
the
gene pool?
The gene pool, yeah. Okay, so that goes to Mark Foster.
Mhm. Are you going to be at Superfest this year?
Yes. God willing, and the creek don't rise. I think only for Saturday, though. I think I have to leave on Sunday morning early to get back to go to another meeting. So
How far a ride is that for you?
5 hours.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah.
It's only 5 hours to Michigan from here.
Yeah. It was 4 hours and 15 minutes if I left after 11 o'clock from Grosse Pointe to here, door to door.
That's cool. I didn't know that. Please autograph it. Can I get a plate to set aside for the
Festival auction. Sure. Which one do you want? 122 or 131? Linda says Anthony said it's 5 hours, but 3 hours for Scott. That's not true. Okay, that's
we do
Charles.
hear he's got a left foot.
Charles, I'll send you 131.
This is Charles?
Yeah.
Oh, 131.
Let's move this over here.
Andy, move.
So we got 2 left. You wanna-
So we got 3 prizes left. So let's go for another couple minutes before we do. So ask me some questions, guys.
Otherwise, I'm gonna ask.
Do you know why they sold the last Camaro built instead of it going to Heritage Museum? No, it's going to the Heritage Museum. We just haven't announced it yet.
Nobody's seen that one. Remember, guys, we told you it was a white one?
It's white as the yellow.
Can I send it? Charles is asking me, you mean Morgan Iorio? If you mean Morgan Iorio, he's going to be here tomorrow.
Yeah,
We'll give it to him tomorrow.
we'll see him.
Jan wants to know how many Camaros I own. I have 3 of them. My mother's, my original Thor, which was my captive test fleet, and I have my 2002 Brickyard 400 convertible. Charles, yeah, give that Charles to Morgan tomorrow.
Okay.
Thank you.
Scott says, any chance you're gonna be at attending Oshawa Camaro?
Unfortunately, I can't make it this year. Okay, can you tell the front wheel drive story for the 4th gen?
There was a front wheel drive.
There was a proposal. It was called the GMX 80, and it was proposed as a front wheel drive car. And the chief engineer, who was John Heinrich, he said, that's the most ridiculous, the most ugly Camaro I can ever imagine is watching the smoke come from the front wheels of a Camaro. So it died quickly. Thank God.
Right? I was
Yeah.
just gonna say.
Supposed to be rear-wheel drive, guys.
Good thing. Yo, Scott, it's Jordan.
Your favorite Jordan
Your
on
favorite
Facebook.
Jordan on Facebook. I have a question. It's a rumor I've heard for many years. The rumor is the
Oh yeah,
Fiction
the ZL1 up until
It's supposed to be Z28.
3 or 4 weeks before. In fact, if you look on some of the components, they're stamped Z28. But Mark Royce and I and a few others said we never made a supercharged Z28. So the Z28 can't be supercharged. So that's why it's called a ZL1.
There you go, guys.
But then they brought the Z28 out anyway.
Oh, and David says, thank you for the Synergy green cars, Scott. Yeah, Cheryl Pilcher called me one day and she wanted me to meet her at the color lot where we have, we call them painting bucks. We paint cars in various shades of various colors, and that's how we pick colors. And she wanted to show me a dark green, and I went up, it was on a solstice. And I said, don't even think about it because it was a non-metallic dark green. We had a non-metallic dark green in 1973. And I said, it swirls too much. And I turned around and there was a Colorado in Synergy green. And I looked at it and said, now you need to go sell that to the engineering group. And so that's how it became.
All right. Jackie wants to know if you feel that GM will bring back a vehicle similar to the Camaro.
Have faith.
Which leads me to
Here we go.
you guys asked for this.
You guys asked for it, okay?
We told you we were going to do it. This is the front.
I'm wearing one.
He's wearing it. He's wearing.
Well, he's wearing a nice one.
He's wearing a special only Scott Settlemire edition. His is embroidered. This is the back.
Now, who wants it?
Now, who wants it? So the only reason that we kept dragging our donkeys with this is because we had to get his permission. So we had to bring it here and show it to him. So that's what it's going to look like. He has given his blessings because it has his name on it. So we couldn't just print it. It says keep the faith, has his name on it, and it has our logo on it. So if you guys want this, we are not printing this through. Eventually, we'll probably stick it on our print shop thing, but these are made a lot better. We're having them done through a printer here for a lot less money than our print shop will print them for.
And it's both sides. You get it on the front and the back.
Right. This is the dry weave stuff.
So we got dry fit here because,
Yeah,
we be
dry fit.
sweating.
Car show stuff,
Yeah.
This is just a normal t-shirt. Looks the same. It's just on cotton. So if y'all peeps don't like that dry weave stuff and you like cotton, this is the cotton. So those are the two forms that we'll probably try to print them in. We're going to take pre-orders on this. We'll
Pre-orders.
go over this on one of our lives and Girl Cave. And we need to hit somewhere around 50 to get these printed. So that's how we can get the best prices on these. Otherwise, they're ridiculous because we paid quite a bit of money to get these 3 shirts printed. To get the price break on them, we have to hit at least 50. So we need to hear from all you guys who wants these shirts, and then we will print a big batch of them and then get them mailed out to you or bring them to the car shows this season.
Who wants them and how many do you want?
Yep, that's what we need to know.
I'm just going to hold it.
So
What are people saying, babe?
How do they respond?
so we will probably, can we put a thing on our YouTube page or Facebook? Oh,
Yeah.
we could do a Facebook.
You can do a freaking poll right now. Watch this.
But we can do a sign up on Facebook.
Yes, we can do it. We can do it if you're friends with us on Facebook. Also, we're going to be posting in our community tab on Facebook here. If you want one, send us an email as well to the camarocave@gmail.com. Here we go. I'm also putting a poll up here for you guys. So if we can hit the
50 plus mark.
50 plus mark, then we can start getting these ordered up. All right. Both sides. Both sides.
Yep, 2 sides. They're really nice too. Really nice quality shirts.
Super high quality.
And I'm gonna spend this week washing the crap out of these 2 shirts to see how they hold up. So I'll let you guys know.
What else are people saying, babes?
All right, so
Gypsy is now a member.
What did Scott think about the
Woohoo,
Camaro
welcome,
IROC
Gypsy.
and happy birthday? Well, Todd, I loved the IROC, and I had several of them as company cars between 1985 and 1990 when we got out of it. So, but that was one of my favorite company cars, and I had several of them.
Oh, that's new. That is new.
oh, like that.
Ooh, we just got like confetti.
Fireworks. I don't know what country you live in.
Yo,
but
it could be a combo.
that was fireworks.
Hi, Robert.
Can you get tall? Jackie wants to know. You can get any size you want.
Yeah.
The biggest size I saw, which was a 3XL, and that was bigger than me, basically. And I mean, not really, but you know what I mean.
Nancy Holmes wants to know, will there ever be a Legends tour again? I don't know. I retired in 2016. So
Happy birthday, Scott. Great to be on board tonight. What about the polo? Are the t-shirts going to be available in other colors?
Yes.
Are we going to go through that mess?
You can.
was there ever a legitimate plan from GM to put the LT5 in a Camaro? We did one of them.
Really?
And it was sold. Yeah, it was a 3rd generation IROC, and it was sold when we went into bankruptcy.
Oh, wow.
John Moss did it.
Have you heard any inklings of, on the 6th gen car, of them actually trying to make a Z28 for a 6th gen or no?
There were some plans, but we didn't sell that many of them. So, and of course, the Z28 was really supposed to be a track car.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and the ZL1 is an amazing car. The 1LE is amazing. Good question, Andrew. Faith is my middle name.
I'm having my apple juice tonight. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
His apples are this big and they grow on a vine. Just so you all know. Craziest little apples I've ever seen.
So let's have some more questions. I'm here to answer them if I can.
Another rumor to ask for Scott. Was it,
No, that's the one
we
he
got
answered.
that one.
Maybe. Hey, Bob.
Oh.
Bob says hi.
I thought that said, "Hey, poops." That's not nice.
I'm shot out of the cannon.
Okay, Gypsy Z28, you're our next winner.
Gypsy.
Oh, look at you, Gypsy.
See, it pays to get a membership.
So we've got
Gypsy's new.
the license plate,
The
we have
hang on. I'm knocking stuff over.
this poster,
I got you.
and it's on vinyl. And I'm surprised that this one
I
has
know.
lasted this long.
That's like
This
the rarest
this
one.
is the rarest one ever.
So sick.
Chevrolet issued an artist to do an oil painting of the Camaro Pacing, the 67 Indy 500. They made one for every dealer plus a few of the executives at Chevrolet. And my father and my uncle each had dealerships in 1967. I don't know what ever happened to the paintings, but whenever I was Camaro brand manager, one of the executives still had it hanging in his office, and he gave it to me. So I sent over to Creative Service and had 40 of these made on vinyl. Oh, okay. Gypsy Z28 wants the pace car one.
Okay.
There you go.
So send us your name and your address, like Tanya here asked you to.
At the Camaro Cave at gmail.com.
Gypsy, what did she say her name was last night?
I don't know.
Who is next up for GM chairperson? Not a clue.
That's a question.
Well, okay, C5 Overflow asks, the 5th gen concept was revealed before the recession. Was the Camaro ever in the chopping block during the 2008 recession? I thank Bob Lutz for not allowing that to happen. He decided we could be very successful with this car, and we were. We outsold all the competition with it. So it's one of the cars I'm most proud of.
You still got these two, right?
Cool. So the story that Scott was telling.
Gypsy 20 is Bridget.
Yep, got her.
Yeah. So the story that Scott was telling us at dinner that I got a little teary-eyed on. Which one was that? About the car, your final drive in 02.
Oh,
Not to put him on the spot or anything, but
well, you know, we sold the last saleable car.
Did you ever meet?
Did I ever meet Ed Whitaker, CEO from AT&T? Yeah, I did. Very, very controversial. He would listen to a lot of the small people at GM. But, you know, I think we lost our way when we got rid of Rick Wagoner. Rick was one of the finest CEOs we ever had. And he was a good man. He made good decisions based on how it was going to affect numbers of people. We went downhill from there. So
Mark wants to know why the drastic disconnect between successful Gen 5 and Gen 6.
people didn't want to give up their Gen 5.
well, okay. First of all, I think we priced the 6th gen way above what it was really worth. I had an argument with some of the engineers about that, and they said, well, we can charge a premium price for it. And I think the reason that the Challenger did so well is you could lease one for a ridiculously low monthly payment because they were supporting the Challenger so much. And I said at the time, Chrysler's going to take it in the shorts every time one of these comes up back in off lease. What I didn't see coming was
he blames you for
What's-
retiring. He blames you for retiring.
Ballsy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway,
40 years wasn't good enough.
I blame. I didn't see the COVID coming, and so Chrysler made a stupid amount of money when those Challengers came in off their lease. So that was additional interest and additional income. But we didn't build a Camaro for 10 months because of the computer chip shortage.
Tracy wants to know what your favorite Camaro car color is.
Oh, purple pearl like yours. By the way, I like the colors, the pictures that you sent me.
I don't know how he remembers all this.
I know. Yeah. His memory is like amazing.
I can't keep our cars straight. He keeps
I
all
keep calling
y'all's.
my car a girl and it's a guy.
Are there any car guys at GM in charge anymore? It seems they're a bit out of touch with us. Maybe I'm wrong with this percent. Well, yeah, Mark Royce is a car guy.
Al's still there.
Al's there. He's a car guy.
Okay, Linda, if I could own a Camaro, what would it be? Not fair.
It's like
You and
asking-
Anthony have way too many.
I was
I
just
think
gonna
you
say
need to
that.
leave some to me in your wills.
We're available for.
Yes.
Yeah,
Anybody
we-
wants to give a
I-
Camaro away?
We're available.
I'm younger. I can take one.
We're available. We'll foster.
All right. If you could own any Camaro, what would it be? Wow.
Bob, Ed Welburn. I know he's retired. And I know he still lives in the Detroit area, but
All right. So if you could own any Camaro, what would it be and what color?
I just answered that question.
Yeah.
I said that's not a fair question.
Sorry, guys.
The questions are coming in now. Give us a second, guys.
Well,
Uh,
the Camaro Cave is actually in New Jersey, but they're in Mars right now.
yeah.
Not tonight.
The Camaro Cave is wherever we park our car.
Okay, well, Keith, you asked the question about a video of the last car coming off the line this time. We never did that. I actually made the one out of St. Therese when the 4th gen cars came off. I had a photographer there taking snapshots, and that's when we made that video. Why did the
You
5th gen
just
get
tried to
that
do that.
refresh in 2014? Yeah, it did. Well, it was time to change it. It had been around for 3 years. My first bought. Oh, okay.
So can you?
Why do you think GM has been so quiet about the final Camaro rolling out?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, the entire Camaro team, other than Al, pretty much has retired. I don't know.
Can you say what you told us about the museum?
The what?
Can you say what you told us about the museum? Is that public information?
About what?
About the museum? Can you say that? Is that public knowledge?
Not yet.
Okay.
Oh, comments are coming in, guys. We're reading them.
Do you know why they cut off the production early? Nobody's been able to answer that question.
I would imagine supplier
Suppliers.
constraints, because that was a big issue.
Why did they not build? I don't know. What is HWSE? Richard is asking the question. Something about a 2013 ZL1 trim.
Why did they not build?
And Craig, yes, the Tom Henry show is now the Cochran All Chevy show. It's Saturday, June 22nd.
Charles said, my first F-body was a Pontiac Trans Am. When I was a student intern, I was driving daily from Ann Arbor to Pontiac.
Yeah.
Bob gave me his Trans Am so I could keep my job. He became chairman in the 90s.
C5 was asking, can we hear the story about the final drive in the O2?
Well, I'm not sure what you mean by the final drive, but I know that I was in Indianapolis or in Indiana for auctioning off the last saleable Camaro, and it brought $72,500. And I had my Brickyard 400 convertible, which was, of course, a company car at the time. And I put the top down about 11:30 at night and went for about an hour and a half's drive. And was pretty much sobbing because I kept saying, what could we have done to keep this car alive? And of course, that's a question that nobody can answer. It would take 6 hours to talk about why the car was going away. But I realized that I had done everything I could to keep it alive. And it wasn't going to be because there were so many things that couldn't happen to the car that would have to be done by September 1st of 2002 in order for it to meet all the various safety standards. And so it's a little unknown fact, but one of the reasons the car went away is the 4th Gen F car suddenly could not meet head impact standards. It's not that it was an unsafe car. It's that the federal government in the United States passed a drastic head impact standard. And we would have had to have padded the windshield so bad that you would have had to be 5'2" or lower to be able to see out of the car. That's why it really went away.
Hot Wheels
So-
edition. Hot Wheels edition.
What about it?
That's what the H, whatever that was. Why didn't they make a ZL1 in 2013 in a Hot Wheels edition?
Just because of the product complexity. You know, it's, you could have done it, but it would have required a whole set of new decals and wheels and stuff, and it just wasn't doable. So.
When was the conversation first brought up about bringing the Camaro back after 2002?
Good question.
Well, okay, there's a couple things there. We had a car called the GMX 522 or 322.
So many letters.
Anyway, it was a car developed by Holden, and there were so many things we couldn't change about the car. For instance, the tumble home. If you stand at the back of the car or the front of the car, the tumble home is going from the roof down to the rockers. And of course, a Camaro should have a good tumble home. This was very slab-sided, and we couldn't change that. We couldn't change the height of the top of the instrument panel. We couldn't change the height of the radiator. I worked on it for about 2 weeks along with my group, and we said this would make a great Monte Carlo, but it's not a Camaro. And it was limiting us to about 27,000 units a year out of Holden. That became the Pontiac GTO. I started working on another car and then got called in and read the Riot Act for a lot of reasons, but I was told in so many words that the St. Therese had to be torn down and leveled for 2 years before we could even start working on another Camaro. So I was lucky to be a small cog in the wheel that built the 5th gen Camaro. So
Keep the faith.
Keep the faith. Hand me a shirt, Dave.
what are my thoughts on the Yenko Baldwin Motion Camaros in the late 60s and 70s? I thought they were great cars. Don Yenko, of course, was a legend, but unfortunately he was killed in a plane crash along with the Spear family going to a Chevy meeting. So how similar does this generation ending feel compared to how you felt in 2002?
That's a great question.
Great question.
Oh, and yeah, Bob Stempel. Interestingly enough, Bob Stempel, when he was the general manager of Chevy, had a summer place on Long Beach Island in New Jersey, and he would fly in, and he was a guy very, very down to earth. He said, I don't want anybody to come and make a production. I just want a celebrity or a citation left at the airport outside of Atlantic City. So when I fly in, I can jump into it and be there. Unfortunately, we had a hurricane come up the Jersey Shore when I was the district manager there. So I had to go with my Suburban and rescue his wife out of their vacation home. But he was a great guy. And I thought getting rid of him was ridiculous because he was a car guy, but they were so impatient with the way things were going, and they just didn't give him a chance.
Woo-hoo, Jay just joined the RS trim level membership. Woo-hoo.
Welcome, Jay.
Welcome, Jay. You're now
Okay,
a
so Jay, do you want the Indianapolis license plate or the auto show poster?
winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Jay's a new viewer.
Yeah, I know you can only say so much, but what is more unrealistic, a 4-door Camaro or an electric Camaro?
Yes.
A 4-door Camaro. A
Yes.
Camaro has to be a Camaro,
Yes.
and it can't be an SUV because that's what our Blazer is.
2 doors. Yep.
And I hope when the Camaro comes back that we use the architecture for the E-Ray, which means the E-Ray has a honking big V8 engine and a battery.
Which means you have to keep the faith. Keep the faith, people. Mustang has 4-door. What?
No, the Mustang, it's called a Mach. It's a Mach 3?
Mach-E.
Yeah,
Mach-E.
Mach-E.
Mach-E,
yeah.
That's
And
it.
that's all electric.
What were they thinking?
They just took the name for just so they could sell more units.
Even Mustang owners don't like that car.
Very true. I don't think the key fob issues
Say,
started with the Camaro.
I'd buy an emo.
Likely the Cruise.
Emaro. I'd buy an Emaro.
Who said that? Who said they're gonna buy an Camaro?
David.
Huh.
David goes back and forth.
Hmm.
On one day he's buying an Emaro, on the next day he's burying it in the backyard. We just don't know.
Or it's catching fire. One or the other.
That's part of the problem with electric cars. They catch on fire and you can't put them out.
I don't think
I've watched them put them in the Allegheny River, put the fire out, they pull them onto the ground, and one day later they burst into flames again.
I don't think the key fob issue started with the Camaro. More than likely the Cruise.
Yeah.
They had to fix all the cars with the key fob.
Well, the problem with the flip key on the 5th gen was if you were like 6'9" and had really long legs, and it was a Tuesday and you had a bad case of diarrhea and you turned the car to the left and your knee hit the key, God forbid the car shuts off.
I tried to do it. I couldn't do it.
I'm still getting recalls for my 2010 Camaros. I'm not going to do any more about it.
I got one last week.
Yep. Not doing it.
They want my key fobs.
You're not taking my switchblade.
And the Cruise did not have the key, the foldable key fob. That was a different story. It had a regular key, but a lot of people would put everything they own under their key rings. And under severe conditions, the car would shut off, which meant the airbags didn't deploy, and they'd have a terrible accident.
Why would you hang all that stuff off your keys anyway?
I have no
Come
idea.
on, y'all. That's just dumb. That's just like asking to have to replace your ignition all the time. Okay, I'm getting close to retirement. Hope I have one more Camaro waiting for me. Baby, seriously?
Sorry.
Same. And I've never been a flip-flopper. I said I'd never buy a fully electric car, but I'm in for hybrids.
Get more likes, dude.
We go back and forth with this. I feel like I could probably do a hybrid. I don't know. How do you feel?
I would do a hybrid like an E-Ray. I mean, who doesn't like instant torque, from the electric motors?
I can't do all electric.
I couldn't do all of it though.
I can't do all electric.
I got no place to plug it in anyway, so
I can't do it. I don't think I'm gonna live long enough to see where like cars are flying all Jetson style. If we get there, yes.
Yeah.
I personally don't think we're gonna see all electric cars.
So Jay Drury, which one do you want? Do you want the Indiana plate, or do you want the auto show poster?
Okay, wait, where are we? What are we doing?
We're still waiting for that person to.
Auto show poster, please. So that's Jay Drury. Drury.
J.
Drury.
Bernie says great broadcast. He's watching.
Bernie's on there?
He just texted me.
Oh, cool.
Hi, Bernie.
Hi, Bern. Well, it worked that time. Nice. Nope, don't mind Camaro having a hybrid as an option, but must have a gas option.
Yeah,
100%.
I agree.
100%.
Yes.
Still need to have the engine and the clutch.
Charles says he actually liked the Cadillac ELR.
Mhm.
That was the Volt. That was the
It
Volt
was the Volt with the
technology.
Cadillac car stuck on top of the Volt architecture.
Yep.
But
It
it took us forever to
Crazy
sell
money.
them. So
I think they were like 80 grand.
Guys, if you had questions in that last group and they didn't get answered, resubmit because it goes by so fast that we can't read them all before they disappear.
Yes.
So resend.
Resend your questions. We're here. We're not going anywhere anytime soon. Let's go.
Or I'm buying a No. No. No, we can't be friends anymore, Mark.
Come on, Mark. You're not buying no Mustang.
We can't be friends anymore.
Go stand in the corner. We'll tell you when you come out.
Right? Scott Settlemire just put you in the corner, sir. Hands by your side.
You listen when Scott talks. How many miles are on your Camaros?
Okay, Mom's Camaro it just turned 18,000.
That's it?
That's it.
Wow.
Thor has 29,000 miles on him. I think he had 22 when I bought him. And Lord Quicksilver, my pace car or my festival car, just turned 14,000.
Holy hell.
I don't drive them in the winter. I put them away in early October and I get them out in late May.
You put them away dry and takes them out wet, guys.
Yeah.
Come on.
You behave yourself. That's it. No more for you. Just about.
And Bernie, that's very kind of you to say.
There's Bernie.
Hey, there's Bernie.
Yep.
It's great to hear some of the key moments of Camaro history.
Woo woo.
Bernie, are you sitting there like
Tim just joined.
archive all of the things he's saying?
Okay, Tim, you get the Indiana 120. Tim DeYoung gets the license plate.
Welcome, Tim. Oh, isn't that a disciple?
So that's the last one. So yeah, Tim DeYoung.
All right. So
You want to tell the story of the disciples?
yeah, explain the disciples because I probably
She still doesn't.
mutilated this last night trying to describe the
Okay,
disciples.
I managed to convince management at GM. There's an old joke. If they ever drop an atom bomb on Detroit, go to the GM legal department because nothing's ever gotten through there yet. I'm being facetious.
Mhm.
Anyway, I convinced them that we needed to have enthusiast input on the new Camaro, but I couldn't tell them that it was a new Camaro yet. So I went out onto a website and said, GM is working on a new GM performance car. Give us in 250 words or less why you should be on this team. And we originally were just going to have 12 people. And then we thought, well, okay, if something happens to one of them, we should have a couple alternates. Well, then we talked about it for a while. We called them the 12 disciples, of which there are 15. But we said, we need Corvette input. We need Firebird input. We need input from all 4 generations of Camaro. And we have to have a broad spread of people, both men and women and age groups. And furthermore, in order to make this work, you have to be a webmaster or own a website or a moderator of a website or an officer of a Camaro or Firebird or Corvette club, because we want you to talk to everybody. And we're going to fly you into Detroit every 3 months while we're developing the car. And we're going to make you sign a disclosure that you cannot talk about anything that you see or hear within GM. And of course, nobody ever got into the proving grounds. So I managed to convince everybody that we should do that. We had, I want to say, 750 to 800 overnight. And then, of course, closed it off. And I decided that I was recognizing an awful lot of people. So I let John and Cheryl and 2 other people on the team pick. And I gave them a rundown of all the people that I knew. The youngest on the team was 19 years old. The oldest was in her lower 60s. 8 men, 7 women, 2 from Canada, the rest from across the United States. And of course, they would fly into Detroit at our expense. We would pick them up at the airport. We'd put them up at a hotel, and we would put them on a shuttle bus and bring them onto the proving grounds. And the first meeting we had was on Black Lake, which is 53 acres of perfectly flat asphalt. And the reason they call it Black Lake is when they first put it down for dynamic testing, a whole bunch of Canadian geese going overhead thought it was a lake and decided to face plant into the middle of the asphalt. Made a real mess.
Oh, buddies.
So, of course, we
buddies.
bring them into there, and I had arranged to have a couple of camouflaged fifth-gen Camaros go flying past the shuttle bus, and then as they were getting off on Black Lake, I had one Camaro come down at about 110, do a spin out, and then take off again. It was an interesting experience. Of course, I think the enthusiasts, the disciples, had more impact on the 6th gen than they did in the 5th gen, because there were some things that we just couldn't change. But it turned out to be a great experiment. But my frustration was I couldn't convince any other marketing team to do it. And I'm surprised that it never went any further than it did. When we unveiled the 6th gen cars, we invited all of them in for that. That was the last meeting we had, and we thanked them for their service. So
Gypsy wants to know the reason for the headlight change on the 4th generation in the 98 model.
Oh, when he went from the closed headlights to the bubble ones. The catfish look.
was there a reason for the headlight change in the 4th generation, the 98 model? Yes. That was one of the first things I was involved on. We tried to make the car more upscale, and we felt and we had a lot of proposals. That's the one that won. If you take off the black insert, there's a Class A finish underneath that. And the idea was that was too Pontiac looking, so that's why we put the black insert in. So,
Wow, Jan, your neighbor needs to stop getting behind the wheel of cars. Do talk about, okay, we'll get that. Did Mattel approach GM on building the 2013 Hot Wheel editions, or did GM?
they actually approached us on that.
Really? Hot
Yes.
Wheels came to you guys?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I did not know that.
Sweet.
Tim says, sweet, thank you. Tim says, can't thank you enough, Scott and GM enough for the disciple experience. Lifelong memories and friendships for all 15 of us.
I know that was an amazing experience.
I wish I could have been on there.
I would have loved to have done that.
That was awesome.
Well, first of all, the Halos were part of the concept car, so I can't tell you exactly who came up with that, but the only one that I know that did the Halos prior to us doing it in the was BMW. Now everybody has them, or lights.
Yeah, form of it, yeah.
Alfred says, hello, good to see you.
What's up, Alfred?
One of them.
Why did GM decide to make the 1LE available on the ZL1 on the 6th gen compared to the 5th gen? Well, I don't know. That decision was when I was on the auto show group. And, well, no, it was after I came off the auto show group.
Since you were, that was like 2018, 2019, you were already retired.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
yeah, the 1LEs came out after.
Yeah. I retired in June of 2016. So
After I got my ZL one.
Mm-hmm. Happy birthday, Scott. Good to see you all. Philip.
thank you, Philip.
Why did you? You already read that.
Yeah.
Whoop, whoop. What's up, Spider? Thanks for joining, man.
What's up, Spy?
You are now a cave dweller. We appreciate it.
Again.
We got 48 people watching right now, by the way, and we got 18 likes with the legend here. Come on. Those are rookie numbers. Smash that like button. Let's go.
Like buttons, guys. Like buttons.
We got 51 now. Let's go. Let's go.
Happy birthday, like buttons.
Also, for people that are just joining, here's the new shirt.
I fell in love with Camaro in 1980. I was 10 years old. Brother-in-law has a 1970 Camaro named Trick Arrow Camaro. that he took to the drag strip. Cool. We can do better on the like buttons.
I agree. We are at we got
know.
52 people watching. We got 28 likes. Let's go
mean,
smash it.
I don't do math, but isn't that like 20 some people that didn't hit it?
I know. What are you people's doing? Let's go.
Did I ever know the Buick spokespeople on the auto show circuit? Yes, I knew a lot of them. I didn't get along very well with Angela, who was the auto show manager. But I knew a lot of her spokespeople. And in fact, I'm still friends with several of them and on Facebook, and we stay in touch all the time.
I had the use of an 82 pace car as a courtesy car.
Mm-hmm.
Does it? I have a question. Maybe you guys will appreciate it. Does it feel different now that the 6th generation production has ended?
Yes.
Why?
Well, I got to tell you something. The end of the 4th gen was very, very traumatic for me. I was telling them at dinner tonight that, it was just, and the bad part was I was standing in the parking lot of a funeral home burying I called him my uncle. He was actually my mother's first cousin, but he was a mentor to me. He was a doctor and he was a cardiologist. And he would call me once every 2 weeks at midnight, and we'd talk until 1:30 in the morning. And we were burying him, going to the funeral home, to the grave site at 9:06 a.m. on the 27th of August of 2002. And Art Spong called me and said, well, the last car just came down the line. And I was just a wreck.
It's like getting kicked in both nuts.
I was tearing up when you told me the story. Like,
Yeah.
still, like it's ridiculous.
It's like
Car going
losing
away again.
2 family members.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah. I came home and wrote this whole long thing that I put on CamaroZ28.com, apologizing for it. But there was nothing I could do about it. The decisions had been made way above me. I'm proud of the fact that when I come onto the team, we were losing a stupid amount of money on the car. And when the last car came off the line, we were the 12th most profitable car in the GM portfolio. And it's all due to SLP building the SSs and the LS1 engine. Before, the reason we were losing so much money in a car is we were losing money because 70% of our production was V6 and 30% was LT1s. And then when we came out with the LS1, it was just such a fantastic engine. We were about 75% LS1, and that's where you make some money. So
V8, guys. Gotta be a V8.
Scott,
right.
What's your daily driver? I just got a 2024 XT6. It's a Cadillac.
XT6. It's got some pickup too. We went for a ride.
Went
today.
for a ride today. Still got new car smell.
Thanks so much for joining the membership. I can't read who joined.
C5 Overflow.
C5. Welcome to the club, brother. Appreciate it. It likes me. It just likes me back here. Just saying.
Nancy Holm asked the question, what had the highest number of cars produced? 1979, 282,000 of them.
Wow. That's a lot of cars.
Yeah.
Compared to this year's.
Yeah, the last
12,000.
saleable one was 461, 172, 461, and we sold it at auction for $72,500. It had a sticker price of $29,000.
Jan wants to know if you're going to make a Keep the Faith hat.
I tried to make a Keep the Faith hat. All right. They didn't like the colors. They didn't have the hat with the color I liked. Otherwise, I'd have it right here. And we were going to get it embroidered. Like Scott's shirt's actually embroidered.
Thank you, Scott and Selena. And Selena was one of our disciples.
I think the CGG Camaro.
Well, here's an interesting thing. When we came out with the LS1 engine, there was a dictate that there had to be a 30 horsepower delta between any performance car and the Corvette. So the F car, they made us put a truck cam in it. And we were advertising the last year that it had, on an SS, it had 325 horsepower. We lied. Even the Z28 had 350 to 360 horsepower. The F car has much less parasitic drive live loss than a C5 Corvette did.
That's why Camaros are beating vets, guys.
Got 2 disciples on here right
Yes.
now.
Wow.
Look at that.
We gotta follow the legend.
I'm not a legend.
Oh, double hearts.
Howard say you're a legend. I'm just saying.
Hearts don't lie.
It's called politics. What do you say about politics?
I don't know. We don't talk about politics on here. Do not get this man started on politics, please. We will get kicked off of YouTube.
We've been talking about this all day. We've been here since what time did we get here?
Noon.
Noon. We've been here since noon, guys.
GM
So
legend.
we've been talking Camaro all day long.
Legend.
Of course. But
GM legend. sir.
GM legend. For sure.
Oh,
I mean, how many legends make a shirt? I
Do you
don't know.
want to here there? Do you want to thank the people?
Oh, yeah,
that
the
gave
people
you
that-
cards?
So we left this morning at 5 a.m. guys. So if you
Thank you, Brad and Jackie Noble. I appreciate the birthday card.
email those cards, we're gonna
Email?
get
This
it.
is
Email?
just so cool. Look at this. It makes a Camaro.
A pop-up Camaro.
pop-up Marrow, guys.
So, Tom from Pittsburgh, thank you. I hear you live
that.
close to me.
That's
So those are the ones that made it before we left. Anybody else, if they came, we will get them to him. Either we'll put a package together and send them to him, or we'll just come back out and bring them
David
to him.
said UPS lost his card. Damn UPS.
They lost it. They lost it. Like they told you they can't find it.
Charles wants to know what 7% don't want a keep the faith shirt. I kind of agree with him.
Okay, like that 7%'s gonna like jump out and be like me.
Exactly. Like show yourself, fool.
That is not gonna happen. Come on now, people.
I met you at the first Camaro Fest in 2010. You and the guys were fantastic.
Thank you.
David's really pissed.
And trust me, you don't want to piss off David.
Apparently not.
We will get
Bad things happen to
cards.
people who piss off David.
We'll get the cards sent to Scott. Don't worry. When they come, we'll ship them. Oh, now we're showing both.
Okay, we're going to keep this for another 15 minutes and then I'm going to call it to an end. So if anybody has any questions they want to ask me, ask now.
Forever hold your peace.
Rockford, it seems like the V6 Camaro gets.
Well, okay, first of all, the
That's
V6
not
Camaro,
true.
because of the financial position that GM was in, when we built the 2010 Camaros, we said it had 304 horsepower. When we actually checked it, it's 323 horsepower. So it was in 2 horsepower of the 2002 SS. So it's no slouch. And, you know, the world's changing. Not
V6
everybody
now?
wants a V8 engine. And, you
Nobody
know,
wants the
we
gas
had
though.
one enthusiast who had a V6 car and they were teasing him. And he thought it was because it wasn't a V8. Well, no, his friends were teasing him because it wasn't a 4-cylinder. So that's why we built a 4-cylinder in the 6th gen cars, Turbo 4.
And they sold very well.
Oh, yeah.
They actually outsold the V6 and the V8 cars combined.
Yes.
The 4-cylinder, just so everyone knows. And you can tune the hell out of that car.
It's a tree hugger Camaro.
And it's not your Beretta from the old days.
No, they actually do really good at the track. There's a whole category for them.
Yeah, there is.
Well, Richard asked, why did GM stop marketing the Camaro even prior to the takeover of trucks and SUVs? We advertised them strongly in Florida, Texas, and California.
So if you don't live in those
So,
states,
yeah.
you beat. Those.
Everywhere else
And-
is truck land.
He just said something very, very good. All right, what states were those?
California, Florida, and Texas.
Okay,
And Arizona.
and do you know where the Panther cars went? The ZL1s and all the special cars.
Those are the places.
They went to those states.
Yeah.
Because they sold the most Camaros.
Yeah.
And that's how it goes, guys.
So that's where everybody was having to go drag their trailers to pick these cars up. Happy with my V6 5th gen. My license plate is 6 appeal. Oh, that's badass. I like that.
CS Overflow wants to know what events we're going to this year. Well, we're all, including this guy, are going to be at a bunch of events together.
So for sure, all three of us will be at.
Well, I'll give you an idea. I'm doing the Cochrane show here in Pittsburgh on June 22nd. I'm doing the Camaro Nationals in Morgantown, PA.
So are we.
I'm doing the
So are we.
Superfest in Michigan. I'm doing Camaro Fest in Bowling Green.
Us
So are
too.
we.
I'm doing NEOCC in
So are
September
we.
Us too.
that I know about.
We won't be at Superfest because we will be at NASCAR,
We're going to NASCAR. Pocono.
so that we can get the Camaro before it goes away and isn't in NASCAR anymore.
We have to see a last NASCAR event with a Camaro in it, guys.
We're gonna try to get into the pits. See if we can get some Camaro driver
I had
interviews.
no idea on the horsepower of the V6. I love my 2010 V6.
Same.
And he has a Synergy
Same.
edition. David has a Synergy edition.
Same.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do we.
the Turbo 1LE is a damn fun car. 100%. I totally agree with you, Tim. People sleep on it, but it outdoes so many cars on the track because it's so much lighter. It's 400 pounds lighter. Think about that for a second.
And you're driving right by all the rest of us while we're stopping to get gas.
Mark, let me know when your show is in September. And yes, I'll sign your car in Morgantown if you track me down. So
Brian says, always enjoyed my V6s, but the LT1 lease for $300 a month was too good of a deal to pass up.
Thank you for your time, Scott, and for being a great ambassador to Camaro. Happy birthday. And here
I'm
is
not
to-
70. I gave up birthdays 30 years ago. So for Lent, so I'm only 40.
That's why we didn't put a number on the birthday, guys. Come on now.
So here is to another 40 years. Hope to meet you at the Camaro Nats.
100%. We got 51 people watching right now, and we got 31 likes. Let's pump those likes up. Smash that like button. And if you haven't joined the cave, please subscribe. We appreciate it.
There's a new show in Indy this year called the Bowtie Nationals. Should be a good. That's not new. Bowtie Nationals is not new.
No, that show's been going. I feel like that show's been going on for a while.
They may have just moved it.
They
but
might have
that's not
moved the
new.
location. Will GM continue to make accessories for the Camaro, being that everything has stopped production? Ooh.
It's been on back order for months.
Gee.
I don't know. I've been retired since 2016, so I can't answer that.
It's very hard to answer that question. A lot of stuff. Think about it, guys. The suppliers aren't remaking new stuff. So once they're out of stock, they're out of stock. Like that's why people are. That's why we did it. We ordered a whole bunch of parts before our car even got here. Because
we didn't even know if
we didn't even know if
were
we're getting a car or not. But I wanted the parts just in case because some of them are already sold out and they're not coming back.
So we just figured we'd sell the parts if we didn't get the car. But thank you, Jesus, we got the car.
What about Myrtle Beach or Tail of the Dragon?
Don't know.
Tail of the Dragon's not really an event. You just
Yeah.
show up there.
Yeah.
We're going to Myrtle Beach. We're going to be at Fbod Beach Bash.
We'll be at Myrtle Beach.
So we go every year. It's a great show, great time. It's a whole week down there on the beach, so it's nice.
Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna make it to Tail of the Dragon.
I don't know about Tail of the Dragon.
If we go out to Tennessee to see your best friend, then yeah. But
I want floor mats.
get
What do
in
you mean you
line.
want floor mats?
We want floor mats too.
What kind of floor mats do you want? Like WeatherTech?
No, she wants. Floor
I have
mats.
WeatherTech for all my Camaros.
She probably wants a second set of floor mats for the Panther. Wait, no, she's not Panther.
Exactly. So what you talking about?
What are you talking about, Warlick?
What are you talking about, Willis? Ain't GM supposed to continue to have OEM parts available for years? For
10 years.
Car repairs?
10 years.
10 years.
Yeah, but not on accessories, just on standard. Is it standard parts, not accessories, right?
I'm sorry?
It's just for standard parts, not for accessories.
Right.
Yeah, the floor mats aren't going to stop your car from getting from point A to point B.
Yep.
Bowtie Nationals are at Lucas Raceway end of September.
Ooh, end of September. I don't think we have anything in September. Actually, we have Camaro Fest
Yeah,
in
we have-
August, 1st to the 4th. Camaro
Yeah,
Fest.
end of September is
We'll all be there.
one of the.
Oh, hold on. When is Camaro Nationals?
July.
Okay.
All right, I'm heading out for the night. Happy 18th birthday, Scott.
Wear your seatbelts. C5 overflow.
Happy birthday, Mr. President.
Okay, Marilyn,
I know.
keep your skirt on.
Hey, Scott, you need to get after your friend and mine, Dan, from New Hampshire. He's selling his ZL one.
I know.
Oh, I think is that the orange one you posted?
Yes,
Oh, that's a beautiful car.
it is.
Why is he selling?
Because he wants a Corvette.
Oh my God, you going to the dark side.
Hmm.
Scott, can you sign that poster for me? I'll post it beside the Z28 you did for me.
Ever been to Camaro Rally at Sturgis?
Yes, I'll sign out all this stuff tonight.
Yes, multiple times.
Yes, I've been to Sturgis 2 years in a row.
I love Sturgis. Sturgis
Yes.
is great. There's a bag over there somewhere with Sturgis on it. Onyx took us to show there.
Let me get it. I'll do it.
No, you don't have to get my bag. It's good. That's a great show. If you get a chance to go to Sturgis, please go. It is a beautiful country. Beautiful, beautiful country. Go, go, go. If you get a chance, go. We were going to go last year, but my daughter had a baby, so we had to stay. Did you like Sturgis?
Oh, absolutely.
Gorgeous there.
Yeah.
Gorgeous. They take everybody out to
No, I'm
Um,
fine.
Mount Rushmore and take a huge group photo. And
That's one thing I missed.
Yeah, I had a
never went there.
pre-production ZL1 out there, and the electric power steering went out on it.
Oh my God.
oh, that was
So
not
it was
fun.
like driving an 18-wheeler.
Oh my
That is
God.
not fun because that is a lot of.
Yeah.
He said,
Had
hard
a
time
hard time
feeling-
finding a rack and pinion for my 5th gen because of the supply issues.
Yeah.
mm,
Well, to give you an idea,
Scrapyards,
Because
friends,
of the-
scrapyards.
because of the computer chip shortage, the Silverado, Sierra, and all the full-size SUVs with a 5.3-liter engine have cylinder deactivation. It takes 3 computer chips to make that work. We eliminated that at the cost of over 1 mile per gallon corporate average fuel economy just to save computer chips.
Thank you,
So-
Scott, for doing this. You truly are the best, buddy. We will chat soon. Thank you, Mark.
see you,
That's very
Mark.
nice.
Appreciate it. All right, guys. A couple more questions here for Scott before we go. Before we wrap it up, let's go. Anything you want to ask the Fbod Father? Post in the comments right now. And if you didn't vote on the poll, we need over 50 votes to get these shirts. So we need to get over 50 in order to buy these shirts. So let's do it.
We got about 5 more minutes left, and then we're going to call an end to this. So
Thank you for good
the
information.
Sure.
No problem, Rock. Appreciate you being here. Woo woo. Greg Rip, enjoy the visits with Scott. And keep the faith. Oh, appreciate that, Greg. Thank you so much for the
Thanks,
donation. Really
Greg.
appreciate it. Thank you.
Oh, look, we can get home. We don't have to stay living with you now.
We got gas money
Thank you,
now.
Greg.
Yeah. We can make it back.
Scott was worried we were moving in.
My 2021 Tahoe does not have cylinder deactivation. Yeah, that was the chips.
That it doesn't.
That was the chips.
Yeah.
They dropped it out of the Tahoe.
In fact, if you bought a Tahoe or Suburban or the Yukons and they had heated seats, they have the switch. But when we get the computer chips, we call you back into the dealership to install it. Yeah.
Our Equinox.
That happened on my Equinox. I was without heated seats for a year on my lease.
We had frozen heinies.
Because I didn't have the chips.
Frozen heinies the first year. Megan says, oh, hell, that went fast. Megan says, thank you for helping foster my love of Camaro.
Wow, that's awesome.
Thank you for a nice evening chatting. See you at Nationals G7. That's Neil, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
Jan says, now that I have a room at Camaro Fest, I'm getting excited, but not going to drive my 2024 shark skin convertible. She's flying. She's going to be my +1.
Yep. When we driving her around.
Jan just had surgery, so she
And we'll look for you this week, Linda. They're coming to pick up their. Oh, I'm not supposed to talk about that.
No.
Safe driving home from Jan, and good night. And Anthony says, night. See you one day this week. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What do you call it? Robert said, good job, Andrew and Tonya. Thank you for your friendship, Scott. That's Robert.
Ooh, girls.
That's Robert.
One of the girls on Girl Cave asked me about this. Who was it?
Also, FJ says, what are your thoughts on a catch can for the LT1 engines?
It's not a bad idea. I don't have them on my cars, but
I'm surprised that didn't come up. That came up all over our.
So many people were asking that question.
Why wasn't it on the car to start with?
Yeah, that's what people were asking.
I don't know. I really don't know the answer to that.
That's like an engineer question.
Yes.
Like Al would know the answer to that, right?
Yes.
Told ya.
Or Cheryl.
Or Cheryl.
Yeah, don't leave. Can't be sexist here. You got both sides of the aisle.
We could get a hold of Cheryl and see.
We could.
Uh-oh, they're going fast.
What's
All right.
Chevy going to do about NASCAR after the season?
I don't know.
Also, a red and blue shirt would be awesome. Would be pretty cool, wouldn't it?
With that?
On this?
That would be hard because there's red and blue in the print.
Yeah, the Keep the Faith is blue, by the way.
And Camaro Cave is red.
Just keep that in mind.
Those things would disappear on a red or blue shirt, which is why we did white.
And then for people that don't know, it actually has Scott's name on it. Scott Settlemaire's name, so.
Okay, well, this is getting away from me.
Yeah, it is.
Good
There's a lot of comments
night.
coming in.
I'm keeping up. So.
Happy birthday. I think UPS left the card outside.
Well, anyway, I appreciate everybody attending this evening, and I would be remiss if I didn't ask you all to wear your seatbelts, and that goes for everybody that's in the vehicle with you.
Was it me? What color other than white? Too transparent. Okay, so it was Jan.
Thank you for a
Catch
wonderful evening. I
cans
look
are
forward
not
to
going to
meeting you
hurt.
at Nationals. Happy birthday, Scott. Loved all the information, Sharon Greg. Charles says, looking forward to keeping the face shirt. Appreciate it, Charles. Yep, we're gonna get him out there. Keep the faith.
Jan,
7th
I
gen is
sent-
coming.
Jan is who I sent my phone number to, right?
Yes, it is.
Jan, please call me tonight, right after this.
Thanks, Scott. Thanks, Andrew and Tonya.
Catch cans are not
Drive
gonna
safe.
hurt.
Safe going home. Happy birthday, Scott. Good night, everyone, and we'll see you all again soon.
And I thank you all for your passion for all things Camaro. Have a good evening.
Appreciate
Peace,
it, guys.
everybody.
We'll see you on the next one.
Thanks for celebrating Scott's birthday with us.
Happy birthday, man.
Oh, thanks for the confetti, guys. Woo woo!
Happy birthday.
All right, guys, we will see you Wednesday.
Wednesday night live, as always, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we'll get you more. See you guys.